Welcome back, guys, to our YouTube channel. Thank you for your support, your subscriptions, your comments and likes. We really appreciate them. So today we want to talk about how you pick up yourself from the ground, how you rise from the ashes. So we have a guest and I would let her introduce herself.
So hi guys, my name is Zippy Nyangara, but my preferred name is Zippy. I'm a psychological counselor and soon to be accredited clarity coach. Yeah, basically I enjoy everything in life. I take a day at a time as it comes, and yes.
Yeah. So I would prefer we talk about it without questions.
Yes.
So what's your story? What's your journey?
I have a very long journey. How many minutes do we have? So yeah, basically this is my journey. I just turned the 30-year decade the other day, but apart from that, I am a mom of 2 girls. I'm also, right now I'm a founder, a co-founder of an organization, but it hasn't been all rosy. I have been down. I know one time I had depression, and because basically it was a result of different things that were happening in life. So yeah, but I've learned to pick. I've had suicidal tendencies. I can tell you there were 101 ways of committing suicide, of trying to commit suicide, but gradually I've learned how to pick. It's not just a day pap thing at Unamwa. Today I've picked myself, but a day at a time. I am progressing to what I want to be in life, or rather what I call my why in life, why I exist. So yes, there has been up and downs, but right now I consider myself at the up moment where I'm rebuilding myself, rebuilding my worth, rebuilding who I am and what I want in my life. Yeah.
So I've picked that despite going through a lot, you have already you've gotten to a point where you've built your self-concept.
Yes.
And your self-worth and self-esteem.
True.
But before we get there, we can pick one thing that you can talk about that was very low for you, that someone out there can relate and feel like, oh, there's hope for me. So one thing for you that was really low, your lowest, you can maybe give a year and say this was the lowest time of my life, and briefly what.
So basically, I think for me, my lowest was between 2015 and 2017, because at that time I was trying to raise a young one without a job, feeling that you made mistakes and you're not drowning in those mistakes. I had a self-pity party for the longest time, and because I felt like the mistakes that I've really made were too much. How do I begin in life again? How do I start over again, you know? And kuna zile expectations are community and family, you've done this and things are not working out, or I had planned some things, then just everything just falls apart and crumbles, and then mostly what I experienced was more of self-stigma, and self-hurting and just self-negative talk. Yes.
Because of the expectations you had maybe when you were younger, and now things are totally different from what you expected.
Yeah, so basically, because you see, we all have these plans that I want to do this, I want to do by age this. Then you realize I haven't gone to college by 20. I wanted to go to college by 20. I haven't done this and this and this. You know, those plans that we normally have, but then we never really accomplish them. So for me, it was that. And I think it's everybody's story. Sometimes the things that you have planned never really come to pass the way you want them to.
You've mentioned something that is really important.
Yes.
And I think it affects young people, especially young adults, to at least age 24. There's so much pressure to make it at a certain age.
True.
So by 24, you feel like I do not even, if it's a woman, you feel like I do not even have a stable relationship. Tulienda rorashio ya rafiki yangu juzi. So already there's that pressure. There are others, kama ni men, you're in your 30s, you don't have your house, you don't have your car the way other men have. So that is what I've picked from. as much as you are stressed, the stressors were real. They were there.
They were there.
But also there was that mentality, that how we've been socialized.
Exactly.
So is there, do you have to go through that, or people can be talked out of it? Is there something that you can talk about, or like a pointer, such that kama kuna mtu wako hapo ama anaelekea towards depression because of that, can you help them see a different perspective and a view of that?
Well, something that I've come to learn from personal experiences and also dealing with other people is we are different. Walk your journey. Because most of the times, easy stress is because somebody else is achieving something. We went to Harorasho, he's Rorasho, he's built a house. I'm just here in a rental bedsitter or a single roomed house. What I've come to learn is once you are able to just know your purpose in life, because we are all different, and just walk in your lane. Because ideally, we are all created, or we are all here for a purpose. Your purpose is not the same as mine. That is why you're seated there, I am seated here. But then once you are able to understand why is it that you are existing, and then understand that your journey is totally different from other people. So from other people, so what you have to do is just decide to walk your own journey. I think for me that really helped. And then I also now used my scars or my pain to really boost me and enable me just to now rise and say, I'm doing this. Then maybe my pain will be used to encourage other people to understand that you don't have to go through the same journey. You just have to decide that this is why I'm here, and I am walking this journey in my lane, in my timing. Of course, then it doesn't mean that now you just sit and wait for things to happen, but also understand that you are walking your journey your own way, but you have to put some effort, but you also don't have to compare yourself every other time with other people.
Yeah, very profound. By the way, she writes. She has
I do.
blog, every Monday. So, and I think was it this Monday or the other Monday you talked about staying in your lane?
I think it was this Monday.
Yeah, you stay in your lane, because I don't know, as an individual, I think I'd say I'm grateful for I have never struggled with other nani anafanya mimi sijafanya, and I am so thankful to God, because I realized that sometimes maybe it comes from home. You're compared outright. Zippy, naona sasa ujafanya, you're being compared outright. But I think because of maybe being a firstborn, there's that privilege. You're not being compared to any other person. So but talking to people, and even ukiona to the way people are posting and what they are complaining about, you'll realize it comes from home maybe. You'll talk to someone, then they'll say how stressed they are. But after a while, you realize the root cause is actually the pressure from outside. The pressure is never from the person's heart. It's not internal. You don't feel like I don't own a car, so you start stressing yourself because you don't own a car. It's because externally there is that pressure that makes you feel that you should actually own this at this age.
Yeah, true.
So I think it's more of the comparison comes from that
the external beat, but also it also comes from the unrealistic do I say dreams and expectations that by age 20 I want to have a Lamborghini. It's out of this world. Not unless you're a drug dealer or your family is like stinking rich. But you see also, I always say what is internal I can control, what is external I can't, but I can learn how to manage and cope with them. Because what happens is, especially when you're talking about comparison, most of the times we are compared from home. Wewe kwa nini huvai kama nani, wewe kwa nini hauongei kama nini, but also we are compared from home, childhood experiences. We also compared by our partners. Like, why don't you walk like this? Like your friend walks like this. This couple does this and this. Kwa nini hauongei, unaongea hivyo? Like for me, I had instances where somebody would always have always had an issue with how I spoke. Kwa nini unavuta maneno? You see, so I'm like, then probably I shouldn't speak because of this and this. But mostly you get it's the comparison, either internal or external. But I always say what really happens, you're able to control. If you're able to control yourself, then you can control the other people. Yeah, and then also you mentioned something in terms of posting.
Yeah.
Right now we are a social media world, like wacha tu tuende tu flow venye ina flow. So you will get, we post everything. 6 a.m. I've woken up, a selfie. 7 p.m. just out of the bathroom. This is how I'm dressing today. You know, this I went to this vacation and everything. So in the social media, Instagram, Facebook, we really post a perfect life. Like we are perfect, we've got this place and this place, but you don't realize the struggle that person behind the mask, like you don't realize what the other person is going through. So you find you want to really live in their lane too. You want to go for those vacations, you want to do
dress like them,
and you do not know, maybe they are modeling for that shop. Ama aliamua tu ni za sister yake. You are not sure, but when or a friend, but unataka tu kujiforce kwa vitu.
On that note, I saw someone today in a group discussion. She said that mtu labda amekuwa kisave. Amesave for the longest time to have a specific outfit. So you organize. You're going for a group meetup. So you organize. So Zippy shows up. Enyewe vile wanasema amekula look. So she's really dressed up. Kumbe this girl has been saving for 3 months to look like that.
Exactly.
So you go home and you're feeling like, hey, okay, what is wrong with me? Look at my hair, look at my clothes. But this person really saved up just to show up for that day. Or maybe even to go for a photo shoot. And you know, for a photo shoot, the same price for 1 hour, then you change clothes like 3 times.
Exactly.
So you post those, unapea watu picha kama dawa pole pole. So someone's like, hey, kwani this girl, what kind of a lifestyle is this person living? And it gives us pressure. But bottom line, I'd say that your self-concept, how you view, self-concept is how you view yourself.
Exactly.
There's a slight difference between self-concept and self-esteem. Self-esteem ni vile unajiamini as a whole person with all your flaws and what. But self-concept on top of it has your abilities, your differences and that. So if you have a strong foundation of how you are, hata mtu akikuja kuambie, Caro, I don't like this about yourself, or I don't think you are aggressive enough, you know what you want with yourself, you know your capabilities, you know how much you can stretch. Because also we are very different. For example, I can use you. You are very talented. You sing, you write, you do so many things. So someone will look at you and be like, oh, I want to be like Zippy.
You can't.
But I cannot be like you. I cannot sing to save my life. I cannot sing to save my life. So I can look at you. You will inspire me. But you should not stretch me so much that I want to be like you to a level where it's stressing you. I should borrow from you. Zippy can sing and write, and she's using her talents to make herself better. So me as Caro, what do I have that can make myself? I think we also don't hatujurudi kujiangalia. We just want what she has.
Everything.
We don't look at what do I have, what can I bring on the table that's different. And you know, imagine how boring it would be if both of us could sing and write. There's no spice.
We need somebody who will be a news anchor, an artist, other kind of things. Not just the same thing. It would really be a boring world if all of us can sing, all of us can write, and we don't have anyone who can play instruments. So I would like a personal question on the whole process. So how did you pull yourself from depression? Or first, how did you know you were depressed? How do you identify? Because there are people who are there's a difference between having a bad day, being stressed, and actually being depressed. So well, for me, unajua anasema mganga hajigangi. Being a counselor, I'd already identified those signs and symptoms. I had suicidal tendency. I had withdrawn from family and even friends. I preferred being in the dark. So even during the day, I wouldn't just like
draw the
curtains. I was just more of indoors, and my personality, I'm an extrovert, so I was the opposite. So, and then I would really even write some post on Facebook, but people would think, you need just inspiration or something, or even WhatsApp. If you're not keen, you would never notice. But I would just write some things on WhatsApp or Facebook, and then you're like, iende too. And then I had already even attempted.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I had attempted it more than twice, thrice, different occasions. So I knew I was depressed at that time and I needed help. And I'd also cut weight, like really cutting weight. Hizi collarbons zilikuwa zinakaa gutters za kucollect maji, leso ninakunja mara tatu, you know. Mpaka some of my friends.
Dera.
Ai, dera my friend. Notales dera nivae alafu niweke mtoto wangu moja na huyo mwingine hapa. Then at least if it. But basically, yeah, that's how I knew something was really up and I really needed help.
So did you go for help or somebody approached you?
No, what happened is I got a friend to walk the journey with me, so some few friends. So it was consistent, like how you doing and things like that. But I also had a self-talk and a self-meeting to decide to, one, because I knew I had an issue with pity party, like why am I going through this? I wanted, unajihurumia. By the hakuna kitu mbaya. Afadhali watu wakuhurumie lakini usijihurumia. Because ukijihurumia you never see as if unaendelea na maisha. You will never see any good thing that is happening in your life.
Even when things are looking
up, you're like, hi, mimi ni kumalizwa namalizwa. So, but now I decided it's enough of pity party. It's now Zippy tumemaliza. We are so done with this. And then I also identified what are also the mistakes. What was the trend? What has been the trend in my life? Are there things that I was doing that were not right? But then I also learned to forgive myself because we are very quick in forgiving other people. But we are very slow in forgiving
the
ourselves.
most important person.
And you are the most important person. And then progressively, I also began to just take care of me. Because I had given so much to the world and to people, to friends, to family, that I was empty. My gauge was really empty. So I purposefully decided to self-care, work on me. Like, what are those things that I normally liked? I used to like singing, but at that time I wasn't singing anymore. So I started singing, joining even church, being active, rekindling what I really wanted to be in life. And right now where I think I am even above. And me being multi-talented, I can do so many things. And I'm grateful for that, for being multi-talented and the fact and the ability that I know that I'm multi-talented. So progressively I've begun working on them. But also something that I've worked on is I take a day at a time. What I can change, well and good. What I cannot change, I've learned to let go or just adapt and just live with it. But also I have a mantra that guides me, that really motivates me. So I have 2 or 3 mantras depending on the situation, words and statements that I believe in and things that are really pushing me. And then also something important that I believe in is I did my vision board.
Vision board.
Vision board. For those that are Christians, they know that Bible inasema, write it on paper and it will come to pass. And I've been watching Steve Harvey for the longest time, and he says, write 300 things that you want to achieve in a year. By the time the year comes to an end, you'll already have received 10%. So that those are 30 things. So you can imagine, out of 300, you've already received 30. So the next time you will write, you will write another 300 things. You will keep on achieving them. So the power of your mind. And then I also identified people to work with me, like mentors. If it's in terms of organizational, I have a mentor working with me. In terms of coaching, I have somebody working with me because I believe in working with people, because it makes your journey easier, but also apart from that, it helps you to grow, because you realize that this person walked this journey this way, but had some issues, so I don't want to walk that journey.
Yeah.
So that the mentor guides me and tells me, Zippy, how about you do this?
Yeah.
So I have different mentors, and it really makes life easy. It makes even easy for one just to pick up and start life again, because you see, one of the things that we do when we want to pick up, there's that tendency of going back to the self-pity, like, and even second-guessing yourself, like, sasa hii, nitaweza, I had started, but I failed.
You go back.
So do I go back and say, let it just slide, or how do I go about it? But having people to walk with me, having people just to be there, to affirm me, but most importantly to affirm myself. One of my mantras is be your own cheerleader, because says even with Corona, everybody is busy hustling for themselves, looking after themselves. Most of the times you won't get that affirmation from other people.
Because people are also going through their own fair share of problems.
So you can imagine, I'm waiting for Carol to affirm me, like tell me, Zippy, you're beautiful. And maybe that day is your birthday, you're having your own issues, but I can go to the mirror and say, Zippy, you're beautiful, and believe in that. And so once I do that, I believe in that. I know that I am. The things I know that I do not need the world to affirm me. I already know I am beautiful. So whether you tell me or not,
it doesn't
change
the fact.
It doesn't change the fact that I am beautiful. So basically that. And just also, I did something a few years ago. I wrote a letter of all the mistakes that I did, wrote a letter to people that had hurt me, and also wrote a letter to myself of the things, how I had hurt myself, for even deciding to accept less than what I really deserved. So what I did, I wrote that letter and burnt it. So to symbolize a fresh start.
That is dead.
It's dead, because you can't go back to the same thing and expect change. You cannot, because you'll still be going back to those.
You're doing same habits, same patterns, same.
You're going back to those wounds and everything. You just want to go back,
pick on it, and when you pick on a wound, it will never heal.
And then you're like, hey, nimepona mpaka hapa hivi, why is not working? You're still going back to. If you are dumped, you are dumped. There's nothing more that you can do. Just accept it. Itauma, itazoea. If you lost that job, you already lost that job. You can't continue stalking your boss, your colleagues, that what has happened. I deserved it better. I brought in more sales. It's not going to happen. You're not going to go back to that job, but just accept it. So when I wrote that letter, I really felt a sense of relief, because I knew now this is a fresh start. I am starting over again, but also I have learned, for you to start life again and just to pick up the pieces and everything, you need to understand one thing. The wounds will always be there. The scars, the scars will be there. But wear those scars with pride, because they show that you are strong enough and the wounds already healed. So if somebody, because we have a tendency as human beings just to say, na si nilikuona na nani, si ulijaribu hii na ikafail, so unataka kujaribu nini? So it puts you down. But I can now say, I can stand and say, so I made this choice. It wasn't the right choice. But then apart from that, I have these wounds to show that I already healed, and to remind me how strong I am, to the point that, I have healed. So there's nothing much that you can really do about it, because we have those kamati ya roho chafu. They will always be there to remind you.
Once you
things
yourself
that happened in
up, they take you back.
1968. You remember in 1968, you did this, you know. Apana. Sawa, remind me, but we are no longer in 1968, we're in 2020. So you knew me then, but I'm the new me now. So choose a struggle. Will you focus on the 1968, or will you focus on me now? And even if you don't focus on me now, that's none of my business. I am here just to work on me.
Soar,
and just to soar and go high. Yes.
So very wise words. But what I've picked above everything else, other than the self-concept, is that everything you do, hakuna mtu atakuja kupick up.
Exactly.
Nobody is gonna save you. You
only have yourself to save you.
I can't remember the name of the guy. I was watching an Instagram video today. It was posted by Janet Jackson. And this guy, he's a very physically fit person. And his story is very sad. But when he gives his whole story, at the end he says, you need saving, but nobody's coming to save you because we are all drowning. Imagine if you are in a ship, it's sinking, and you're like, guys, Zippy nisaidie. It's not gonna work.
Mimi sijui kuswim, nitakusaidia aje?
Yeah, it's not. Some will swim, wengine watajenga hivi kitu iwafikishe kwa shore. Some will unfortunately drown.
Yeah.
So from those pointers is that at the end of the day, you have to have the strength to pick yourself
Exactly.
up. But after you have gathered the strength, after you have brought yourself to the awareness that, Caro, this is happening, you need help, you cannot continue living like this. Now you identify people who will walk with you in the journey. I don't know if it is safe for me to assume you went for therapy.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
So you see, you go for therapy. If church is your therapy, church is also an outlet.
Music, everything, friends,
everything. It should be all around. It cannot be one thing that will help save you. But there are factors towards your healing. They are factors. They are not the main thing that make you heal. The healing has to come from within.
Very true. And then also something that you've mentioned is you either and something that I've also come to realize is that one, if you have negativity in you, that's what you give. So you will be negative and people will just repel from you. But if you have the strong will and the positivity, nature just has a way of bringing people to come and save you.
The law of attraction.
It's the law of attraction. But then you also have to decide, I need to be saved. I want to be saved because you're the main factor here. I cannot come and save you, Caro, and you don't want the saving. You're like, I mean,
you'll reject it.
You're in denial. Accept the reality. This is what is happening. Then this is where I am at the moment, but then I need to be saved. But I also need to decide and make that decision, even to go seek help, whether it's in church, therapy, music, wherever you feel like seeking help. But then you have to make that decision, kusema, I need this. And understand, being vulnerable doesn't mean you're a weaker person or sasa wewe maisha yako imekuja kuishi. We all have those times and it's good to embrace them. Most of the time we leave behind a mask that I can't break down, I can't go through issues, I am strong. And then you're like, when the anger and the hurt comes in, you're like, this one is not happening. But the reality is, we are made of all those emotions and we can't, the good and the bad, and we can't hide from the fact that, yes, we need help when we need help.
Something else that maybe we don't consider it part of the journey, I'd say is getting tired of it. You have to get tired of being sad. You have to get tired, because once you get tired of it, that is the only time, because as weird as it may sound, we are attached to our pain.
True.
Because when we let go of the pain, we let go of all those. For example, if it is a bad relationship you are in, you are not over that boyfriend or girlfriend. So getting over the pain means the pain was the only thing that was tying you with this person.
True.
So you have to get tired of the pain. You have to get tired of the negativity. So once you get tired of it, you'll start letting it go. And as you said, the universe, some call it vibes, some call it energies. The universe, when your vibes are right, when your energies are right, those are the things that will come to you.
Yeah, true. Yeah, like I agree, you have to get tired. Unajua ile yenye unasema, watu wanasemanga Mungu anasaidianga mtu mwenye anajisaidia. But of course it's not a verse in the Bible. But you see, you really have to get tired of the pity party. You have to get tired of you taking in lesser than what you deserve, you know? And you see, and you need to also get tired of being afraid to start over again. Because most of the times, already that pain is our comfort zone. Because apart from the pain, what else do you know? What else is there for you? So you have the fear of the unknown. So nimeachana na huyu, nimetoka hii job, nime break up hii friendship with Caro. So what happens after that? How do I start?
I don't know anything
I do not know anything apart from an abusive relationship. I do not know anything
other than the skills I got from this job.
From this job, you know. But then you realize that kumbe there's more to life.
A lot more.
And you see what happens in wakati usha normalize the pain, you just know that pain.
Yeah.
There's nothing more that
than
you know.
that, yeah.
You are just there, uko tu.
It's so comfortable.
Una flow too,
Yeah.
because people will tell you you're in an abusive relationship. Then you're like, how? I'm comfortable.
But the pain
with
is
this.
as addictive. People may not see it like that,
You
but
do
it's
not see
actually
it
as
as that.
addictive as the good things or the other
Exactly.
drugs.
And then
yeah.
you need to get tired of being just unkind to yourself. I always tell people, be selfish with you sometimes. Love yourself. The way you sacrifice to take your friends out for coffee, sacrifice that you can take yourself.
Yeah,
so
treat
that
yourself
you
right.
do not lose yourself in the process.
Yes, yeah.
Because what normally happens is we give to the world most of the times entirely kabisa, such that we are empty. We have nothing even to
pour.
give ourselves.
Yeah.
You don't even pour to yourself. And so what happens is people who already know that you are that they have already drained you, they will keep on draining you and making you believe
Until
that
there's no more.
the drained you is better than the full you.
Yeah.
But then you have to pick up yourself and say, now I'm selfish with me. This is what I want and this is what I am doing. So it's easier for you. Like you keep on saying, you can only save yourself. But then also it gets to a point there, be selfish with you. Have a time that, for me, I have, for the past few years, I've been selfish with me in terms of growth because I want to grow. So I know this is what I want because I need to go back to where I had
Your true
planned,
self,
my
your
true
authentic
self, my authentic self and
yeah.
everything. I can't say I'll go back to 2017, to 2018. I can't even go back to tomorrow, to yesterday, but I have now. So what I will do, I will not count the losses I have for wasted years. No, I will say those are wasted years, but now as long as I am living, I have a purpose, and this is what I will do. I will work on me, get the authentic me, become a better person for me, because if I am a better person, then I'm a better person. I'm a better mom to my children, I'm a better employer, I'm a better team leader, I'm a better writer, I'm better everything, because I know I have worked on me, because I have something to give. Because if I'm empty, I'll just give you emptiness. And then you start
sadness
saying,
and pain.
Zippy anakuwa na my feelings, you know,
Very profound words, and we could go on and on, but we do not want to empty you.
Please
so, parting shots, a mantra, something.
So, well, for me, my parting shot is, as long as you are breathing, you still have purpose. So find your why. Why is it that I am existing? And then above all, know that you are unique. We can all be teachers, but I am a unique teacher. So find your uniqueness and run with it, and just walk with your lane and on your lane. And something that I recently learned from a friend, regardless of what you're going through, don't condemn yourself. Just say it's a bad time, it's a bad moment, not a bad life. I will rise again.
Forgive yourself.
Forgive yourself, and just start. You'll never have a perfect time to heal from everything. You will never have perfect everything, all the resources, but just start from where you are.
You'll never know how well you can heal or how well you can move from it until you start.
Very true.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys for joining us. I hope you had a notebook, and if you did not have a notebook, I recommend you urudie tena uchukue hizo notes pole pole, because those are very profound words for free.
Exactly. Next time we'll be charging.
Yes.